Will Google actually rank AI written content, or will you completely lose all of your rankings and your traffic disappear if you use AI to write content? Unfortunately, there's been a ton of fear-mongering around this topic. Much of it is profit-driven. It's coming from marketers, writers, agency owners, etc. that are out to make money off of your fear. If you're afraid that AI content may not rank and that you'll get a penalty, you're more likely to use their solution. Even before coming on the scene at Content at Scale, I was objective about this. In fact, it's why I didn't adapt to AI content in 2022 when in April, Google clearly said, this is against our guidelines. Don't use AI to write your content. And then that October, they completely changed their perspective. So in this video, we're going to break down a timeline of Google's stance and how it's actually changed, and really everything you need to know about using AI to write your content and staying completely safe from being harmed in the rankings. You might see tweets, LinkedIn posts, blogs, emails that have said, don't use AI to write your SEO content. Google will not rank it. And as mentioned a second ago, a lot of this is fear-mongering. It's just simply not true. So here's what happened. ChatGPT came out in 2022 and the world went crazy. ChatGPT is the fastest adapted technology in the world, with 1 million users signing up in 9 days and over 100 million active users today. And to be honest, Google scrambled a bit when it came to the launch of AI in writing. In April of 2022, they were pretty clear to say AI content is against our guidelines. If you're generating content with AI writing tools, then you're breaking Google's search quality guidelines. Content generated automatically using AI writing tools is against Google's webmaster guidelines. That's what John Mueller said back in April of 2022. We all know what happened that November. ChatGPT exploded. Millions of people around the world began to learn what AI was. To put this into perspective, I know a bison hunter. Yes, somebody that actually hunts bison in Montana. They were sitting around a campfire with their friends and they had ChatGPT write a poem about bison hunting in Montana. If a bison hunter knows about ChatGPT, then case in point, AI writing is here to stay and the world is adapting. So in October of 2022, Google seemed to realize this when their spokesperson, Danny Sullivan, replied to a public tweet calling Google out for ranking AI written content. And Danny Sullivan actually said, "We haven't said AI writing is bad. We've said pretty clearly that content written primarily for the search engines and not humans is bad." So in effect, they completely changed their stance. That same month, the Google Webmaster Guidelines were completely revamped, including being renamed to Google Search Essentials to streamline, simplify, and add clarity to their guidelines. They too realized that AI content is here to stay. In this update, they took out all mentions of AI and artificial intelligence when it comes to content creation. And instead, they talked about spammy content, and they said don't produce content to spam. Then 4 months later, in February of 2023, Google launched their own AI solution, Google Bard, something they called a collaborator. Google Bard writes AI content. And then in February 2023, this is what Google publicly published on their blog. I'm going to read it to you. Is AI content against Google Search's guidelines? Appropriate use of AI or automation is not against our guidelines. That was February 8th, 2023. So Google clearly said, they put it in writing, that AI is no longer against their guidelines. But the main thing is you have to embrace EAT, which is experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. If your content doesn't exhibit these characteristics, it simply won't rank. And that's why at Content at Scale, we're proud to teach something we call the AIO process, which is taking a human and rerouting them from their primarily writing-only role to optimizing the writing that's now done by an AI writer like Content at Scale. So the human's job is now to optimize AI content. This is built on a framework we call CRAFT, which stands for cutting the fluff, reviewing, editing, and optimizing your work, adding images, pictures, and media to tell a story, fact-checking to make sure accuracy is included in every piece you publish, and finally, trust building. You need to tell stories, you need to tell your clients' stories, and you need to add your personal touch into every piece of content you publish. So there you have it. Is Google actually against AI content? Will your entire site go bye-bye whenever you use AI to write that content and speed up time, creating tons of efficiency in your content creation process? The answer is no, and Google themselves are now saying they are not against the use of AI in content anymore. So it's time to look away from all the fear-mongering happening in your feed. Don't listen to the marketers trying to sell you on their product or solution when they say that Google will not rank AI content, because it's simply not true anymore. To listen to more SEO debunking and all things AI content, be sure to subscribe to Content at Scale and watch this next video for more facts, tips, and a full tutorial about the AIO process. I look forward to helping you continue to gain clarity in this new world of AI content.